Test number 3 of comparisons. Question number 1. You know how to use unlike. We need to compare nouns, right? Unlike amateur plumbers, get rid of the modifier. Professional plumbers, work. Okay, work year round, using all weather instruments such as a hydraulic dredge or a 20-foot long implement known as a bull rake. I don't see any mistake in number 1. In number 2, you cannot use like, okay, to compare. You cannot use like to give examples, right? You use like to compare nouns. So B is wrong, D is wrong. Using for example here interrupts the flow of the sentence. You can have it between commas. Use such as. Okay, so, and you also need a verb, work, not working. Okay, so the best choice was number 1. As simple as that. Question number 2. Okay, so here you have the double comparison. The more, it should be the more the greater, right? The more the children use both Spanish and English. You saw it? Has to be number 3. The more the children use both Spanish and English, the greater their intellectual advantage. The more, the greater. Number 3 is the best choice. Number 3. In addition to having more protein than wheat does, what has more protein? The protein? Nope. Rice? Yes. The protein? Nope. Rice protein? Nope. Rice. Okay, so it's either number 2 or 5, because what has more protein than wheat? It has to be rice, okay? So B says rice has protein of higher quality than that in wheat. So rice has a protein of higher quality than what? That refers to protein. So rice has protein of higher quality than protein in wheat. B works. E says that rice has a protein higher in quality than wheat. So what is higher in quality than wheat? The protein. So the protein is higher in quality than wheat? No, you cannot compare protein to wheat. So B is the best choice. Question number 4. In one of the bloodiest battles of the Civil War fought at Sharpsburg, Maryland on September 17, 1862, 4 times as many Americans were killed as would later be killed. As many as. Yes, you need as. I cannot use than. Okay? 4 times as many Americans were killed as would later be killed. Don't use there. And those is unnecessary. B is the most concise and simple expression. 4 times as many Americans were killed. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant A. Okay? It's 4 times as many as. So A is the best choice. You cannot say as many than. That's not idiomatic. Number 5. While Jackie Robinson was a Brooklyn Dodger, his courage in the face of physical threats and verbal attacks was not unlike the courage of Rosa Parks. So I'm comparing courage to courage. Who refers to Rosa Parks? Not unlike is okay. I cannot compare the courage to Rosa Parks, so B is wrong. And the same happens in number 3. Like that of, could work. As that of, that's wrong, because if I use as, I need a subject plus a verb or helping verb. So it's either 1 or 4. His courage in the face of physical threats and verbal attacks was like the courage of Rosa Parks for refusing. Oh, okay. For refusing is wrong. Who is refusing? It's ambiguous, because maybe is Jackie Robinson is the one refusing, or is it Rosa Parks? If I put for refusing right there, I'm saying that the courage of Jackie Robinson was like the courage of Rosa Parks for refusing to move. But for refusing seems to refer to Jackie Robinson, when in fact it should be Rosa Parks. So number 1 is the best choice. Number 6. Heating oil prices are expected to be higher this year than last because refiners are paying about $5 a barrel more for crude oil than they were last year. Okay, number one is perfect. I don't see any mistake. You're omitting some nouns, and that's perfectly fine. So, are expected to be higher this year than last year. You can omit the noun year, because refiners are paying about $5 a barrel more for crude oil than they were paying last year. Okay, you can omit the word paying because it is mentioned before. So one is fine. Two, heating oil prices are expected to rise higher. No, they're expected to be higher, not to rise higher. That's wrong. Expectations are for heating oil prices. Nope. Expectations cannot be the subject. It is the expectation that. It is expected that. Again, using pronouns unnecessarily must be avoided. Okay, you create worthy. Look how worthy the last two are compared to number one. Okay. Also, if you use, and this is important, if you use the comparative higher, I cannot use over. Higher goes with than. Higher than. Higher over. Higher than. Okay, I cannot use higher over. Keep that in mind. So higher over doesn't work. So number one was the best choice. Question number 7. Okay, more often than. I cannot use as. So his works are produced more often than any dramatist. No, it should be than any work. Right? So I'm sorry, his works is plural. So I need works or those. Yeah, so his works are produced more often than what? Than the works of any other dramatist. I also need any other because I need to exclude Frank Xavier Crotts. Okay, so D is the best choice. I cannot say than any dramatist. Any on its own is incorrect. Okay, any other is the perfect choice. So keep number 4. Number 8. The stars, some of them at tremendous speeds, are in motion just as the planets are. Yet being. Okay, that's wrong. Yet being, the word being is incorrect. Like the planets, the stars. I'm comparing planets to stars, that's fine. But they are, like the planets, the stars are in motion. But they, I'm referring to the same subject. Or not, hold on, yeah, the same subject, which is the stars. So like the planets, you can say that this is a prepositional phrase, right? The subject is the stars. The stars are in motion, some of them at tremendous speeds, but they, the stars, are so far away. Okay, so B could work. Although like doesn't exist, that's not right, and combining although and yet is even worse. Is a double contrast. Okay, that's incorrect. As the planets, again you need as subject verb, so D is incorrect. The stars are in motion like the planets, some of which is referring to the planets, but it should be the stars, so no, number 5 is incorrect. Has to be the best choice, number 2. Okay, some people may argue that they is ambiguous, but no, it refers to the same subject. For parallelism, okay, so you have subject verb, comma but, subject verb, they refers to the same subject. Okay, it's not ambiguous. Number 9. Similar to other early Mississippi Delta blues singers. By the way, similar to is the synonym of like. Okay, so like other singers, the music. I cannot compare singers to the music. Similar to that of other early Mississippi Delta blues singer, Robert Johnson. What is that referring to? Maybe music. So I'm comparing music to a person, and that's wrong. As with doesn't exist. Okay, you could have as in, but not as with. The last one, like. Okay, I prefer like. Like other singers, who? the music. I cannot compare singers to music. So it has to be the last one. Like the music, what? The music. Yep, I'm comparing music to music. E is the best choice. Number 10. While it costs, what is it? It costs about the same to run nuclear plants as other types of power plants. It is the fixed costs. I don't like this it here. What costs? A is wrong. While the cost of running nuclear plants is about the same as for other plants, by the way, the same as is an idiom. The fixed costs. Okay, so I'm comparing the cost of something to the fixed costs of something. So that's parallel, while the cost is the costs make. Okay, B works, B is parallel. The third one says, even though it costs, okay, this it doesn't have a clear referent. It costs, well, it could refer to the infinitive to run. While it costs the same to run nuclear plants as for other types of power plants, it is the fixed costs that stem from building nuclear plants that makes the electricity they generate more expensive. Okay, yeah, using these pronouns unnecessarily is an issue. As you can see, it's wordier than B. It costs, what is it again? Forget about the pronouns here. And the last one is the cost of running nuclear plants is about the same as other types of power plants. Now I'm comparing the cost to other types of power plants, and that's wrong. I cannot compare costs to power plants. So B is the best choice. It's parallel. I'm comparing the cost to the cost. Number 11. Authoritative parents are more likely than permissive parents to have children who as adolescents are self-confident, high in self-esteem, and responsibly independent. I don't see any mistake here. I'm comparing authoritative parents to permissive parents. I'm using the proper idiom likely to, so A is perfect. B. Authoritative parents who are more likely than permissive parents to have adolescent children that are, okay, I don't see a sentence in B, it's not a clause, who is subordinating the verb are, and that's a mistake. C says, children of authoritative parents rather than permissive parents. So I'm comparing the children to the parents, and the children are more likely to be self-confident, to be, have, and to, and okay, to be, have, and to be, okay, that's not parallel. I'm comparing the wrong things as well. Children whose parents are authoritative rather than being, okay, being is incorrect. Rather than permissive parents, the children, I cannot compare parents to children. So E is wrong, A was perfect. Number 12. According to recent studies comparing the nutritional value of meat from wild animals and meat from domesticated animals, according to recent studies comparing the nutritional value of meat from wild animals and meat from, okay, wild animals have less total fat than do livestock fed on grain and more of a kind of fat they think is good. Who are they? The animals think? Oh, no, the animals cannot think. A is wrong. Wild animals, so wild animals is my subject versus total fat. No, total fat cannot be the subject. It has to be either B or C. Wild animals have less total fat than livestock fed on grain and more of a kind of fat thought to be good. Thought to be is a past participle. It's a modifier of fat. Okay, thought to be describes fat. That could be. And number 3 says wild animals have less total fat than the fat. No, I cannot compare wild animals to that of, okay? So B is the best choice. Wild animals have less fat than livestock. I'm comparing animals to livestock, okay? Animals to animals. And that's the best choice. Number 2 is the winner.